If you live in a car and you don't follow the tips in this video, life is going to suck and you will slowly go insane. I realize that that's a very, very big statement. And you're probably wondering, who the heck is this guy and why should I listen to him? Well, I've been living in my Prius for the past 2 years. And I've actually done so being disabled and living on a very, very tight, small, minimal income. So make sure and stay tuned for number 6 especially, because I'm going to give you guys a tour of my car. And number 6 is very, very important, as are all of the other tips coming right up. Tip number 1, keep your most used items close by at all times. Living in a car has a lot to do with organization. Organization, organization, organization. Say it 3 times because it is super duper important. And if you don't follow this advice, life can get pretty terrible. Here's a short clip explaining exactly what I mean. So everything, as I said before, is easily accessible by me, within arm's length at all times. I have my 12-volt fridge here. I can get my food at any time. I can get a snack, anything I want, very, very simple. On top of that, I mounted my cell phone holder with my cell phone in there. On the side of the fridge, I have in the cup holders here, I have my 12-volt water kettle. Love that. I have another video if you guys want to watch that on my channel. I do make coffee and tea in there every day. On the side of that, I have a little shower caddy that I attach to the fridge. And I just have a little back scratcher in there because I have itchy skin. I have some hand sanitizer, some paperwork, medications, vitamins. On the bottom, in the cup holders, I have an electric can opener, my toothpaste. I have some moisturizing lotion, some more medication. On the back, between the seat and the 12-volt fridge, I have some other foodstuffs in there, wet wipes, lint roller, some water. And then on the door, by the way, quick tip, the door handles are great places to store charging cables. You could see I have some lip balm in there. On the bottom, I have my forks for dinner. I have some more moisturizer, some extra toothbrushes, some paperwork, some dental floss. So yeah, here's the thing, guys. Most important takeaway, all of my most essential items that I use every day are within arm's length here. I don't even have to get out of the car and walk to the back for 90% of my, daily things that I use. And this is what you have to shoot for when you live in a car. Tip number 2, when living in your car, be prepared because you are going to have bugs in it. Yes, that's the truth. I know a lot of nomads out there don't talk about this or speak about this. It's a little bit gross. But yes, you are going to have bugs. You are going to have critters in your car a lot of the times. That's life. It just happens. Your vehicle is outside in the elements. It's not hermetically sealed. There's 1,000,001 openings on a vehicle where bugs and rodents and things like that can get inside. So yes, you must be prepared for that. However, a great solution, which has worked for me personally, is I use this stuff here. And this is just a regular little spray bottle that I bought at Walmart, but the secret ingredient is inside. And the secret ingredient is peppermint oil. Yep, peppermint oil. You could buy it at any pharmacy, any drugstore, online, any place like that. You put, 5-6 drops of peppermint oil in a little spray bottle like this. You dilute it down with, some water in there, and you spray this wherever you see bugs. I myself, I wouldn't call it an infestation, but I was seeing maybe 2 or 3 stink bugs per week in my car. I would just, turn around or look up or something, and I would see one crawling on the window or on the windshield or on my pillow. And look, most bugs and insects are harmless. They're not going to kill you. They're not going to bite or anything like that. Me personally, I am grossed out by that stuff. I hate seeing them. It just skeeves me out. So I use this stuff. Again, it works like a charm. Peppermint oil. You can buy it again any place online, Walmart, CVS, any place like that. Put it in a little spray bottle like this. Add some water to dilute it. and spray it wherever you see bugs. I spray mine in the vents, on the doors, on the windows, on the door handles, pretty much anywhere where bugs and insects are gonna, get in and out from. But yes, be prepared for bugs. Big part of this lifestyle, unfortunately. But again, peppermint oil, gonna be your best friend. Tip number 3, make sure to clean a little bit each day or each week in your car. Do not put it off. Living in a car, you would think that you would have to clean less often than in a house or an apartment. That's what I thought when I first started doing this. I was like, hey, I'm never going to have to clean again. This is great. It's such a small, cute little car. I'm never going to have to do any housework. But believe it or not, you're actually probably going to wind up cleaning more in a car than you would in a house or an apartment. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but just trust me, that's the way it is. So what a lot of nomads do, unfortunately, and this kind of comes back to bite them in the rear end, is they say, well, I don't feel like cleaning today or this week. I'll put it off. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. And not surprisingly, it never gets done. And you wind up living in a vehicle that is unsanitary, messy, dirty, unkempt, and all of that stuff. And believe me, that has a very big effect on your mental health and your mental well-being. You don't want to be living in a dirty vehicle of any kind. I cannot stress enough that a clean vehicle equals a clean mind. You want a clean vehicle at all costs. Tip number 4, find good shade spots wherever you happen to be. In the summer, especially because it is summer here now for most everybody that's watching this video, it is brutally hot here. And yes, you absolutely, positively must find good shade spots wherever you're traveling, because if not, you will be pretty miserable in the heat and humidity. You will have to sit in a car with your AC blasting all day, which is going to mean spending a lot more money on fuel. It's also going to be a big wear and tear on your air conditioning system, and all of that, which you do not want to do. Look for large trees, big buildings that throw off a lot of shade. Parks, places of that nature are very, very good shade spots. And I advise you, you can look them up online on Google Maps if you're going to be traveling someplace, to find them maybe in advance of traveling there, because it's going to add to your comfort and it's just going to make life a whole lot easier. Tip number 5, save cash regularly for emergencies. Folks, this lifestyle can be dirt cheap if it's done correctly, but things happen sometimes. That's just life, especially life on the road. Within the past 2 years, I had a couple of unexpected repairs on my Prius. They were pretty costly. Not dramatically so, but they were pretty costly. I had to replace my instrument cluster, my dashboard basically, which cost me about $400. And then recently, which I did a video on, you could find it here on my channel, recently the inverter pump, the pump for my inverter broke and I had to replace that. That cost me $600. So the point I'm trying to make is you have to save money when you live on the road, because it's not a matter of if something is going to happen, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. And trust me, it will. All types of things pop up. It could be the loss of a job. It could be the vehicle breaking down. It could be 1,000,001 things. I myself, I don't rely on friends, family, or anything like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I'm an independent person. I believe in, making do on my own. And, I have a lot of pride that way. It is imperative that you save cash on a regular basis. So hopefully you are working, because again, stuff is going to happen. And if you're not prepared, life is going to just get unbearable, very, very stressful. You're going to be pissed off. You're not going to be a happy camper, no pun intended. And that's not why we got into this lifestyle. We got into this lifestyle to have fun, to have a better life, to have adventure. So please, I constantly talk about this on my blog and in my other videos. Whatever you do, whether it be $20 every payday or $50 every payday or $30 a month, put money aside for a rainy day. You will thank me later for telling you that. Tip number 6, avoid clutter at all costs. I myself, I know a lot of nomads out there suffered from the same grave disease that I had when I first started getting into this lifestyle, and it is a very bad disease. It's called buy everything-itis. Buy everything-itis. And I definitely had that when I, first moved into my car. And I say that, tongue-in-cheek, having a little bit of fun. But yes, what I did when I started out on this journey, I went buck wild. Every gadget, every toy, everything I saw on Amazon, online, whatever it was, I needed it. I had to have it. Cookware, pots and pans, fans, whatever it was, I felt that I was going to need it in this life. And about 6 months in, and again, most nomads come to this point eventually, whether it's 3 months after they start, 6 months after they start, or even 2 years after they start. But most nomads eventually realize,
I didn't need all of this crap.
Because that's what most of it is. It's crap, and it's going to weigh you down, and it's going to create clutter in your life. I have seen... I've actually seen nomads, their rigs, their cars, that's what I call them. I've seen nomads with vehicles that literally look, I'm dating myself here, but I don't know if anybody remembers the TV show from the 70s, Sanford and Son. It was about a junk dealer, and he drove around with this old beat up truck, and it had all people's junk in there that he would take from their garbage cans and things like that. I've seen nomads that have cars that are worse than Fred Sanford's car from Sanford and Son. And to me, that is not a comfortable, sanitary lifestyle. Again, as I said earlier in the video, clutter equals an unclear mind. Less clutter equals a clear mind. So you don't want things, especially things that you're not using on a regular basis, you do not want those things in your vehicle. They need to be removed, or even better, don't purchase them, don't buy them in the first place. I am very, very proud of the fact that I decluttered, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. I decluttered a lot of my car recently, and I just got rid of a lot of the crap, the shitola that I never used. And I have to tell you, I feel so much better mentally, because my space, my small little space, my house, my kitchen, my work area, my car is everything. I feel so much more free and so much more light. And that's what you have to shoot for when you get into this lifestyle. So please do not, when you're starting, don't think you need a zillion and one things, because you're only going to waste money. You're going to create clutter, and you're going to create a crowded mind. Basically, the only things you need to start are a comfortable mattress, maybe a 12-volt refrigerator or a cooler of some type, and then just some, boxes, some storage containers to keep your clothes and things like that. That is the bare minimum that you need to start with, and don't go, hog crazy trying to do anything more than that in the beginning, especially if you're, tight with funds and you don't have a lot of money and things like that. But that's enough talking. Let me show you my setup now and how I kind of streamline things. You could maybe get some inspiration and kind of see what it's like in person. So let's get to it. So this here is the back of the Prius, guys. This is the sleeping and cargo area, if you will. And I just wanted to show you guys that, I keep it pretty lean back here. It might look at first glance that like there is a lot of stuff, but there's actually not. On that side, in that bag, that's my laundry. I bring it to a wash and fold, so I get it done every 3 or 4 weeks. That is my dedicated spot for my laundry. That black box with the yellow top is just a storage container. It has some disposable pans in there for when I cook. It has a sweater in there, other essentials like that. On top that little smaller box, I just have some tools in there, tape, things of that nature, batteries, etc., etc. On top of that is where I put my Hot Logic, my 12-volt stove when I'm not using it, because I use it a couple of times a week. And let's see, in front of that, I just have a couple of doodads right there. I just have a little baggie there with some more tools. I have a box there with some disposable bags. On this side here, that's where I stick my blanket in there. I just stick it right in there in the daytime when it's not in use. This, of course, is my bed. I hope you guys can see that okay. What you see on top, those are my window covers, which I made myself. They're a little beat up, but they still work well. On top of that is a sun visor. And that is pretty much it, guys. I mean, those are all of my essentials in the front on that seat. If I can get over there. On that seat, which I showed in another video, I just keep my mobility scooter. I have my shower bag and things like that. But that's it. I mean, as you could see, again, very, very lean, very lightweight, very, very simple. And this just helps me, feel much lighter, again, with a clear mind, because again, clutter in a car, guys, take my word for it. Don't do it. Terrible. Don't go there. Just, it's going to lead to a lot of uncomfortableness in your life.